And then we'll just chat normally.
These are all the paintings here. I mean, if you're interested in the history.
Of course I am, yeah.
This is actually the only place where it's possible to paint in this place. And the funny thing was, like, when I first saw this place, you know, when the agent guy was showing me around, I thought, well, this place is just hopeless. There's only one little alcove where I could paint it. I need like a through-going big wall where I can paint, which this place doesn't have. You know, the ceiling's much too low and it's crap, okay? And then I came back for the second time to see it. I just totally fell in love with it. I thought, this is a princess. The floor is so fucking beautiful. And
well, it is, actually.
It's just really it's very idiosyncratic. It's very special. It's totally itself. And I just have to accept what it is and not have any preconceptions about what I want, you know. And so my paintings have shrunk slightly since I've come here, because this place is, by comparison to the old place I had down the road, you know. And so, so actually the size of the paintings here is, well, in my life, has always been very dependent on the size of the place which I've had, basically.
And this is where they're all stored.
So this is actually what you can see, the wall on which I paint. And stupid people say, "Oh, the best one is the wall." You know, I hate those stupid kind of.
There's fantastic mounds of paint there, as well. I mean, these.
Yeah, but actually the wall's terribly crumbly. You know, it's like a crumbly old cookie. This wall. So every time you bang a nail in it, like all the plaster and half the concrete kind of comes off.
Oh yeah, it looks like you've been throwing darts at it or something.
So these paintings are like what I did when I first was living here, like 4 years ago.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You want to say?
Oh, okay.
This was the very first painting which I did after I ran away from Stuttgart. I was living in Cologne for 6 months in a dingy hole, like a kind of mole hole they used to call it. And this is actually one of the two paintings which I did there. And this was the first time where I used a kind of dancing technique, where I was like, had like a pen or a piece of graphite in one hand and a pen in the other, like a permanent marker kind of thing in the other. And I was listening to songs. There were actually that's 3 songs by Blur. I always use the same songs. And I was like imagining that my 2 hands were like disco dancers, but like kind of independent of each other. So there are a series of paintings which have this kind of dance motion. This paint here is also using that dancing.
But and then the objects in the middle.
Then this was painted on afterwards. That's like taken from a Polaroid. This is like.
And use it a different procedure, just applying.
Yeah, I mean it's like kind of, I'm interested in this. I mean I think my work is basically always kind of contrapuntal or polyphonic in a sense. Even the paintings, it was like 2 elements sort of thing. And this, I'm interested in like not exactly having them necessarily sort of molded together, but just have them leaning together. You know, like one floating on top of the other, like oil and water in a way. So this is like a scene taken from a Polaroid of my legs in the bathtub.
Oh, okay. I see it now.
I mean, it was kind of also done almost blind, actually. And so it's just like, for me, it's just like floating on top of the danced.
Oh yeah, like
the danced traces. In that sense.
What you were saying about that Bach piece as well. What did you call it? Blind copying.
Blind recopying.
Yeah. And but this is not.
But actually,
what you're
the
doing
dance.
Here.
Not really, because it's not really. Well,
I mean, with the Polaroid.
Not quite. But I mean, obviously, there's something connected somehow. Because, like the dance stuff, I also do with my eyes closed.
Okay,
Just feeling the gesture. Because I don't want kind of like bourgeois control, just purely felt control.
And you don't want to. It's this like pure movement without the eyes breaking.
Without the eyes controlling, we have without this bourgeois control saying what you should think, what you think you should be doing. Or
I'm sorry, I'm pointing this thing in your face all the time. It's kind of really.
Point it.
I have been.
I'll try point at you for a while.
If you like. I don't know. What should I film in your room?
Anyway, come through here.
Oh, I see. God, it does go on a while, doesn't it?
Well,
bloody hell, man! Look at this.
This is like a tunnel, you know. And it's like cold storage.
It is as well, isn't it?
It's like, you can keep meat in here practically, because it's always like about 10 degrees colder than the other place.
God, you got. Yeah. Wow. Where are these? This is your.
It's a store.
Yeah. And this
It's funny because this is the only real through-going wall I have. Ironically, you can only stand this much away from it. I mean, you can just open this because I have some more stove space in here.
Of course, because we are right up here, aren't we? Yeah.
This is the attic, basically. So, but I kind of like the fact that you're so close to them. I always thought that it would be nice to do a show where you're so close to the paintings like this.
It's it's very.
Wasted it in Darmstadt actually with his vitrines. You know, you can't stand more than about that amount from them, which I really like.
Yeah, sometimes it's. I mean, I think of like. There's a piano piece that I wrote when I thought actually the best place to sit and listen to this is sitting on the stool and playing it yourself. Everyone should come in close. Really, because
it's funny because they did the paragraph 7 from the Great Learning here recently.
Oh yeah,
And what really struck me is actually the audience was totally superfluous. So
Uh-huh.
I mean, I was just like sitting with the people who were singing, and that was really the best place to sit.
Were you singing as well?
And
No, you were
I wish I
audience.
had been. I wish, I don't know why they didn't. I mean, I should have just invited myself and gone along and done it, because actually I was sort of half responsible for it happening. I don't know why I didn't take part in it. Really, I should have. But I was just thinking that. What's that?
That was with your phone, was it?
I know it was, but it was just like one ring and then it stopped. Oh, I don't know. No, but I mean, I was just thinking. Actually, this Great Learning. It's not a piece for an audience. It's really just a piece for the performers.
Oh yeah, it's a community thing. I guess it's the card you.
But there shouldn't really be an audience. I don't think. I think the audience is totally wrong somehow for that piece.
There you go. It's a long wait.
Weird.
That's what you get. Is it? Can I go explore? Is it Gary? Is it?
Well, it just goes around the corner, then it stops. It's an emergency exit.
Okay. Not much of an emergency exit
I don't
anymore.
even have the key anyway, Tim. They won't give me the key, ironically, because they say it goes into somebody else's place, so I'm not allowed to venture forth down there.
Oh well, that's a shame.
These are slightly earlier. These paintings here, they're like from mid 90s, like 10 years ago. 10
Oh, it is.
They're a bit bigger, as you can see, like 150 by 2 meters.
God, you really can't get away, can you? Either they're very.
Oops, these ones I showed in Los Angeles in the mid 90s.
Do you ever have any shows in Britain?
I've never had a show in Britain. I'm doing one in LA. I mean, LA is not Britain. It's kind of next year.
Fantastic! This is really great.
This is gas and cat food.
And your composition and your painting procedures and so on, do they blend, or you?
Yeah, I mean, they're the same. It's just the medium reacts differently, and there's a different kind of physicality, of course. And painting is so much about getting paint off with a brush, basically, and finding ways of doing that, which is rather different from writing music. But then on the other hand, writing music is also like you have to find ways of sound production too, which is very similar, kind of a very physical thing too for me. No, but it's funny with these ones here, Tim, because the only opportunity I had to hang them at all was on this wall here. And so then I had to hang them from this beam here. I had no other choice. But then when I did that, I realised actually this space behind is actually very befitting, kind of. It's really right for the painting. Because, but it's just pure necessity. It wasn't like I'd thought it out or anything. Because I have one of these double ones in a museum here, the Hamburger Bahnhof, which is like the Museum for Modern Art here.
Oh, okay.
And it was like they bought it, and they hung it up just straight on the flat on the wall, and it just looked so uncomfortable, especially here in the middle, with a join, or meant to kind of join in the middle. It just looked so incredibly. It looked like a fat person with really tight trousers or something. It just looked so uncomfortable. But then...
And do you like them to swing a little? I mean, just like their hats?
Nothing against that. Yeah. And it's really nice in the middle because it doesn't totally touch, but it's kind of comfortable. And so when they put it up again, like this year in the museum, I said to the guy, you should build a beam just like this. So I got them to reconstruct this situation and hang it up like this. And it was really, really happy
artist, you're so demanding.
Well, they have a whole kind of, crew of people employed there to do this kind of stuff. Might as well use them.